How you going, mate? Coming to you live from my mother's basement. This is Bogan Gaming, and today we have an absolute cracker for you. We are continuing our career with American Airlines, our 5-star airway, and it has been absolutely epic so far, but we have a massive surprise today.
Surprise, motherfucker.
We have purchased what has been dubbed the worst aircraft ever released, the A330 by Aerosoft, and we will be giving not only a full review, but a full tutorial on how to start up, take off, and land this bad boy. Is this plane as bad as everyone says, or has this update fixed it to the point where it's worth paying 30 smackers for? Stick around to the end because we're going to be polishing a turd by creating a beautiful montage with this beast, and our landing is going to be as rough as fish guts. I will tell you to strap in, but this plane has a cabin that not even a mother could love, so hold on tight, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for flying Bogan Airways. Ladies and gentlemen, do not rub your eyes. We are in the Innibuilds JFK airport and we have passengers walking in the terminal. What a time to be alive. It is not perfect. I mean, look at that screen. Look at the textures on that. Not beautiful. And then look at this man sitting in front of us. It literally looks like Hannibal Lecter. It looks like his face is sewn on. His legs are through the seat. And this woman over here, like, yikes, what is actually happening, mate? But we are not here to criticize Innibuilds today, mate. We're here for one thing, and that's to give a full review and a full tutorial on the A330 that's been released by Aerosoft. It costs $30 freedom. Every single content creator I know has been poo-pooing it. It's been about 2 weeks since it's come out, and there has been an update. We're going to give an unbiased review on whether or not it's worth purchasing. Let's get in the plane and let's get started. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we have gotten the plane and we have got this message immediately. This is not looking good. I do not know what that means. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're finally in the cockpit. We're finally doing a cold and dark start. The game froze about 50 times, so step 1 is basically allow the game to freeze 50 times. You got to remember, we're doing a full review of this plane as well, so we're off to the worst start possible. So let's get this tutorial underway. So the first thing you're going to do is load your sim brief. So I've already done that. If you do want to start from a cold and dark start state, all you have to do is go into here and click cold and dark and load. That's what caused us to freeze about 50 times. But mate, we're always starting cold and dark, you know what I'm saying? So you load your sim brief. Then what you're going to do is basically come into here, and we're going to load our fuel and our payload. So you just click these two things here. They're from SimBrief. You can have it do a real life amount of time for fueling, a real life amount of time for payload. I'm doing all that for GSX, so we're just going to click this straight away, and it's going to refuel our plane, and it's going to set our packs on the plane as well. So let's get this plane started. So the first thing you need to have is your GPU. So I've noticed when you're doing cold and dark, if you just click GPU, sometimes it doesn't work. So sometimes you're going to have to use GSX to get the GPU to take it to you. So if you click GPU and it stays yellow, that means you don't have your GPU. I don't know if you have to wait 10 or 20 minutes. I don't know what happens, but what you can do is if it freezes and you do have GSX, come down to here, come down to additional services and request GPU, and they will bring the GPU over to you. So once we have that GPU here, we'll then get started. Oh my God. All right. So for once GSX is on our side and it's actually bringing us the GPU, this is absolutely amazing. Most of the time we are in an absolute battle with GSX if you've seen this series previously. Now let's go and let's wait for the GPU to get attached. Once this goes green down here, which it has now, so we can get started, we can start this aircraft. So what we're going to do is we're going to go up here. We're going to turn both of our batteries on, and this is turned on for us. So just make sure it's turned on. So that's your first step. Start the 2 batteries, get your external power on. The next thing you're going to do is turn your crew supply on and turn your ground control on. So this should go off and then this should go on. So after that, while we're up here, we're going to put fuel into our engines. Alright, so once you have all that, it's finally time to start that APU, the A330 APU, ladies and gentlemen. I am excited to hear what it sounds like. I hope it's good, because so far, this experience has been absolutely terrible. You're going to click the master switch on, and you're going to click start, and then we're going to go listen to that bad boy on the outside. right, ladies and gentlemen, not too bad, not too bad. I did not mind the sound of that. I'm going to give that a big old tick in the pros category for the A330. Now, what we do once we've done that is we're going to turn our APU bleed on. And what we probably should have done earlier is set our navs. So you're going to set it IR1, IR2 to nav, and IR3 to nav. And that is basically going to align our navigation down below. So we're pretty much good to go right now. Now that we have the APU on, we can actually turn the external battery off. So you just turn it off like that. Oh, bit of a lag there. And then very slowly but surely, we are going to wait for our navigation to align. All right, so we have requested our passengers to board. So while we wait, we're going to go down to our FMC. So you can click Control, Shift, and 3, and it'll take you right down there. And we are going to go straight into FM1. Once we're in there, we are going to go to our init, and we are going to request our init. So if your sim brief has been basically put in, you should be able to request this, and it should give you your full flight route, and it should also put it into your flight plan as well. So you're going to have to go to your sim brief, and you're going to have to get your PAX number next. All right, so we've got our sim brief open. You can see that our passenger number is 270, so we're going to put that in. Our cost index is 10, so we're going to put that in. And then our cruising altitude is 40,000 feet, so you're going to put 400. And then you're pretty much good to go in that aspect. All right, so we're in flight plan now, so we're going to request our departure and arrival. Now, if you're doing VATSIM or anything ATC related, these things can change quite drastically, but it doesn't hurt just to put them in now, and then you can change them later. So we're going to be going from JFK, so we're going to click that, and we're going to click departure. And then basically whatever your sim brief says. So we're going out of 13R, so we're going to click that. And we have no SID today. So we're going to click no SID, and then we're going to click insert here, and it's going to insert that. So the last thing you want to do is your arrival destination. So you click this, and you go to arrival, and then we are going to be going into ILS 9, and we are going via C-STAL 2. So we're going to click that. We're going to insert that. And then the last thing we're going to do in here is get rid of any discontinuities. So you're just going to go through. One problem I do have with this plane is it's also very laggy. Every time I push up, there's definitely a delay in pushing the buttons, which I don't see in the Fenix, which I don't see in PMDG. So again, I'm going to put that in the cons list. Yikes. This is seriously, I mean, you know, I don't even know what to say at this point. This is getting absolutely disgusting. All right, so our flight plan is in. So the last thing we can do is go to our perf, and we can put our V-speeds in. Now, how we're going to want to do this is we're going to want to come up here and go back to our electronic flight book, and we're going to click performance. And basically what you can do is you can upload this from SimBrief. So we've just uploaded it there. We can click this, and it's going to give us our tow CG and our gross weight. And then basically when we calculate, it's going to give us our V speeds and our flaps. So we're doing a flap 1 start, V1 136, V2 136, VR 136, and V2 140. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have requested boarding. Before we go and see what it looks like when the crew is coming in from the JFK airport, I'm warning you, if you get nauseous, please look away right now, because we are going to look at the cabin. You can't open this door, so I have to do this in drone mode. And look at this. My God. What were they actually thinking releasing this? They have been working on this for 3 years. They apparently received money from the German government. Look at this. Oh my God. As I mentioned before, we are 4'7". We can barely see over the seats. This is deplorable. I actually feel sick right now. I'm going to throw up. This is unbelievable. Look at this. This door is just open for no reason. And just, oh my God. Let's go. Oh, I can't do this anymore. I gotta go. I'm sorry. All right, so the good thing about the Innibuilds airport is that you can actually follow the crew, the passengers, the pilot, you name it, down this gate and onto the jetway. What is happening to this woman right now? I mean, seriously. Anyway, we're gonna follow them down. The problem is, and I know it is a lot of work, but they really half-assed this. I mean, why even bother putting this feature in? Look at what they're gonna do right now. Seriously, like, why even put this feature in? I don't understand it. It would have been perfectly fine just having the airport, but nah, gotta put this feature in, mate. It has to be. Then here we go right now, and then they just teleport into there, and then they're in this thing, and then, like, what is this? Bruh. Why even have it? Why even have it? Seriously. And would you look at this, GSX coming up with the goods, despite the fact that there is nothing inside here. Dorothy is just gonna stand there like an absolute legend. So once again, you can see the passengers are here in the airport, and you can see that they are just appearing out of nowhere, going straight through this door, mate. They don't even care. We're going into a Delta entrance, which is extremely fuzzy. I mean, like I said, what is the actual point? Who wants to use this when all of this is happening? Like, seriously. All right, we're just waiting behind Dorothy right now, watching the passengers come in. The door does not open. The textures are absolutely terrible. I mean, the feeder are through the ground. Aerosoft, seriously, 3 years, German government funding. Like, you're having a laugh, mate. You're seriously having a laugh. This is awful, I'm sorry. All right, so you can see our map is loaded now, so we can go to our flight plan and we can basically go through all the waypoints to make sure they're okay. So you can see everything is connected. If something is not connected, there's likely a discontinuity and you need to get rid of it. And then it's basically going to take us down there. We're going to do this nice little U-bolt and we're going straight into Miami. So we should be good to go with that. And to double check to make sure that everything has been put in correctly, you should have 3 circles, one here, and one here. And that basically suggests that there is a flight plan in there that the plane can follow. So we're going to turn this up to 40,000 now. So bear with me while I do that. All right, so we've got 40,000 in there now. So we should be good to get pushed back. The passengers are inside. We should be ready to go. Before we go, now that the passengers are in, we're going to tell them to put their seatbelt on. We're going to tell them to put their electronic devices away. And we're going to arm the emergency exits. Not on, it should be armed. There we go. Okay, so we're going to arm the emergency exits. While we're here, we can turn our strobe on. We can turn our beacon on. We don't need to turn anything else on. We'll turn our taxi on once we've been pushed back. All right, so we're using GSX to get pushed back, but at the same time, you can also use the pushback loaded within the plane. I don't know what that's like. To be honest, I don't want to find out. We've already been let down enough. We're going to have to get everything away. So we've asked the jetway to go away, which it's not doing. We're going to close our cargoes up. And then we're going to get rid of the chocks and the cones. Bruh. Again, the GPU is seriously messed up in this. You can't do anything. We're going to have to use GSX to get rid of the GPU. If you want to do that, you basically go into GSX and dismiss your GPU, and that should get rid of the GPU for you. All right. And then here he comes, mate. Daquan going straight through that little pushback mobile and straight through that little machine there to put in the bypass pin. Let's go see it. All right, so here we are on the ground, and would you just look at those tires? They look absolutely dreadful. Like, the textures on this thing are not nearly as good as they should be. Oh, we're lagging a bit. So let's move over and let's watch the pushback. What is going on? Seriously, I mean, this is GSX's fault. This isn't the plane's fault. Here it comes. My God. All right, let's go watch him do this. Yep, he's inside the plane.
Oh my God.
Absolutely unbelievable stuff. Look at these wheels. I feel physically sick. Between this and the cabin, it's just like, what is happening? The only good thing that seems to be on this plane is the engine. I don't... Like, this doesn't look nearly as high quality as what we see with PMDG. All right, mate, take me back to spot 24.
Release parking brakes, please.
I mean, it's not awful. It's just the wheels alone is just, come on now. Are you serious? All right, it's time to get pushed back and it's time to listen to what these bad boys sound like. I'm excited for this. The APU didn't sound too bad, so we'll see how this is. So the fuel is already in. So all we have to do now is come down and set this to start and then flip this up, and then we will be listening to the engines for the first time. Let's do the right one first. Oh, baby. All right, well, that was absolutely horrific. I did not hear a single peep out of that engine. What is happening? Seriously. All right, add that to the cross. This plane Seriously, there's been an update. I was expecting good things. We waited 2 weeks to do this review to give them the benefit of the doubt. Everyone has absolutely poo-pooed this plane, and I'm adding to it, mate. This has been absolutely horrible. We're going to wait until the pushback stops, and then we're going to listen to the engine from the outside and just pray that it sounds better. But, I mean, seriously, what on earth was that? That was absolutely horrendous. I'm sorry.
Please set parking brakes.
All right, thanks, mate. While we're down here, you got to set this PWS to auto.
Unlocking gear.
All right, thanks, mate. Now, let's start the other engine. So we're going to come down, keep it on start, and then just go straight to this. And we're going to listen from the outside and see if we can hear anything this time. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so we are back in the plane, and that engine sounded absolutely terrible, mate. I couldn't hear anything. It was literally as quiet as a mouse. I could hear another plane taking off behind us, which was miles away. So I don't know what actually happened, mate, but it is just not sounding good in our hands. Now we have to taxi out of here. So let's get this started. So we can turn the APU bleed and the master switch off. Now that we have the engine on, we need to turn our taxi light on. And then once we get out onto the runway, we got to turn our runway light and our takeoff lights on. So other than that, we should be good to taxi. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so we have flat bank strap center in the middle of the runway, ready to take off. Everything looks good. We're going to do our takeoff configuration. It's set to normal. Our auto brake is set to max. Our flaps are set to takeoff. We're doing a flaps 1. Our spoiler is armed by pushing this forward. Cabin is ready. Signs are on. The only thing left is the parking brake, which we're going to turn off. Every time I take off, it says takeoff inhibited. I don't know why. Please let me know in the comments. But other than that, this plane is ready to go. Let's see how we go, mate. Ah, man, I am seriously nervous. I am sweating. I want this to be a good experience. The game's been updated. Surely this thing flies better now. We're getting a bit of stutters. Let's get that mouse out of the way. Our V-speed is 140, in which we'll be rotating. So let's go, mate. We're at 120 now. We're about to rotate. And here we are. We're about to hit it. That's V1. So let's rotate. Oh. Not bad. Not bad at all, mate. Okay, so we're going to put our landing gear up. We're going to set our flaps up. And we have a positive rate of climb, so we are good. We're going to put our autopilot on. And it is going to take us. And we are also going to come here. We're going to set this... Wow. Are you serious? Oh my god. I don't know if you could see that. It literally clicks into place. It's not even a fluid movement. That is crazy. That is absolutely insane. How many... that's crazy. I mean, they can't even get that part right. That's insane. All right, let's say goodbye to New York. Mate, it's been a pleasure. Absolutely love you. I'll see you next time, Big Apple. Right on Broadway. And now we're going to Miami. Mr. 305 is waiting for us. Pitbull, baby. Let's go. This is looking great. See you later. Unfortunately, we didn't get to fly over the city. It's all the way over there. But it was in our previous montage, so go check that out. But yeah, other than that, you know, not too much to say. I'll see you when we get up in the air, and I'll give you some updates about how the plane is flying. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so we are in the air. We're 20,000 feet, and as you can see, this plane is not taking this turn good at all. We are completely off course. I'm sure it'll probably correct itself, but I mean, you do not see this with PMDG. You do not see this with the Phoenix. I mean, look how off course we are. I mean, we're going 1 times speed. This is crazy. You know, we're stuck at 200 knots, which I don't think necessarily is correct. I don't know if it's going to correct itself. I'll have to have a look at the flight plan, but yeah, I'm pretty sure at this stage we should be going faster. I mean, just look at it correcting. It's, you know, it's just not good enough. You know, you're paying for a plane, and yeah, it's $30, okay? It's not $80 like the PMDG or the Phoenix. But you know what they say, if you pay peanuts, you get monkeys, mate, and that's what we've got right now, an absolute monkey. Right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are descending, and the plane has not done a good job of following the flight plan. We should have been at 11,000 feet. We were at 15,000 and it was fine, but we did not go down after that despite having this set to 5,000 and having the plane supposedly being able to take us down by having this little pink icon. The pink icon determines that the plane is comfortable to reach that altitude by the given waypoint, and we just did not do it, mate. So we're gonna have to start doing it ourselves. So I'm slowly gonna start taking us down till we get to about 11,000 feet, and then I'll set it again, and I'll see if by the time that we get to this waypoint here, which is about 8,000, if we set it, hopefully it should take us down to 8,000. But yeah, so far not good. In terms of, you know, what else I think about this particular plane, I mean, the textures aren't really great when you zoom in. You can't push a lot of these buttons up the top here, as you can see, which you can on the Phoenix, which you can on the PMDG. So, yeah, I mean, you know, they've been working on this for 3 years. I honestly don't know what they were doing, if I'm going to be completely honest. And I just had to bring you back in to show you Miami Beach, Florida. Look at this, look at the coastline, look at all of the different islands. We're going just over the city right now before we chuck a right and then we do the U-bolt, mate. All right, we are at 8,000, so we could set this now and we'll see what happens with the altitude. But yeah, this is looking absolutely incredible. I am so in love with this, ladies and gentlemen. Seriously, look at all of this. There is the airport right there, and it is looking pretty phenomenal. We paid about 20 freedom dollars for this. It was about 14 pounds, and it's looking nice. I'm liking how it looks. It'll probably look even better once we get closer, but yeah, the city of Miami is looking absolutely sensational, mate. Chef's kiss, mwah. And look at this little island here. I don't know what that is. Let me know down in the comments below what that is and if you've been there before, because it looks pretty amazing. I'm sure some very rich people live there. All right, goodbye. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so here we are. We are doing a very aggressive U-bolt, and the plane is barely even turning right now. It also did not descend by itself, so we're going to have to do that on its own. So we're going to have to put that in the big old cross for this plane, mate. I mean, just not good. There's so few things that this plane does well, if anything, really. You know, I'm looking at the free A330 that you can get from Headwinders, and it does everything just as good. It probably does a lot of things better. I mean, look how far off course we are. Like, this is crazy. For a payware plane. I know it was only $30, but I mean, come on, mate. I'm not trying to, you know, compound on what everyone else is saying. It is just that terrible, mate. It is just that bad. Given that we're close, we're going to turn our landing light on. We are going to set our flaps. We're going to set our ground spoiler. Oh my god, we are going 280 knots. What is going on? This is crazy. Oh my god. Alright, well, you can just forget everything I said. This is absolutely atrocious. We gotta get down quick. We are way off course here. This is insane. We're gonna try clicking approach and see if we can even get on the... if it'll put us on. Alright, so technically we should be on, but I mean, look at this. Look how far off it's taken us. This is crazy. And it's not bringing us down either. Oh man, this is insane. We're gonna put a second lot of flaps down, and we're just gonna bring it down ourselves. This is crazy. This is absolutely insane. I am fuming, mate. All right, so that's where we're gonna go. Let's see if we can do this just by ourselves. Thank you, autopilot. I mean, if I did something wrong, let me know in the comments below, but I don't think I did necessarily. Look how far off we are. Holy moly. We're going to put another load of flaps down. And we are going to take the speed down to... Alright, we should literally be... If you're playing this game, just fly straight over, mate. Do not... Oh my god, we're lagging as well. Do not do what I'm doing, mate. This is horrendous. Gotta put one more flaps down. There is literally a plane coming across. Do not do what I do. Seriously. Takeoff and everything, fine, but the landing, this is atrocious. Alright, we're down to 150. We have made it up. Alright, here we go. Let's see what happens here. Alright, bring it in nice and gently, mate. Nice and gently. This is the first time flying into this airport, so we're probably lagging a bit, as you can see. But we got the landing gear down. We're down to about 160, which is alright. Alright. Let's go. There's a plane in front of us. Oh my god. Oh, that was pretty smooth though. And Jesus, look at this. This is horrendous, mate. What is going on? ATC said I could come in. They literally said I had clearance. Holy moly, mate. Ah, thank you, mate. We just landed with a plane coming in. I'm sorry. This is supposed to be a tutorial, for God's sake. I didn't put our auto brake on as well. I apologize for that. Holy moly, mate. Look at the lag. This is atrocious. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. You deserve better than this.
You suck!
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so we are back at the gate next to some old school American Airlines planes. We are with our brethren. We got a score of 90 out of 100. That's right. We failed a couple of things when we got to the ground. When I was taxiing in, I was trying to turn everything off and the plane just sped. We also left our flaps up, which we did put down if you watched the video. And we also landed and there was a plane in front of us, mate. I don't know what has been happening with my fly-by-wire traffic installer director or whatever, but I keep getting, lately, I updated it, and I keep getting clearances saying you can land, and then there's just planes already about there to take off. So I apologize for that. This is not the realism that I'm sure you came to expect, but I hope you at least enjoyed the tutorial that we gave at the start, and you can do at least the bare minimum to take off. Landing, I mean, it was absolutely atrocious. I'm putting that on the plane, mate, because it was not slowing us down. It was not taking those turns properly. And I'm going to put the pros and cons of the A330 by Aerosoft on the screen right now. And I don't know if you can tell, mate, but I absolutely, like, I thought it was going to be bad. This was the worst experience I've had in my life. The freeware airplanes, every freeware airplane I've ever used has been 50 times better than this. Every payware airplane is at least 50,000 times better than this, mate. This was absolute dog doo-doo, and I will never fly this thing again. I do not recommend buying it, even if it is $30, even if they say that after you buy it, it's also going to be available in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. Just out of principle, mate, this is absolutely horrendous. This has been terrible, and just please, for the love of God, if you watch this review, do not buy this. Oh, but with that, you know, thank you for flying Bogan Airways, mate. I'm sorry we couldn't give you the regular experience with passengers coming on. We just had to give you the experience of aero shit, mate. That's what it is. I'm sorry. I don't usually swear, but you know, that's what it is, mate. So until next time, I'll see you later. This has been Bogan Airways. I'm going to leave the full Season 2 video up here, and also Episode 1 of Season 3 if you've missed it, mate. Otherwise, I'll see you next time. Bogan out of here.